Okay, 10K a month, just over. And we're finally adding authentication to the app. So if you thought, yeah, I need to have authentication, user roles, this whole thing, forget about it. You know, once you're at 10K a month, then maybe think about it. And so I am maybe thinking about it. This is actually a Git branch that I'm working on. I've just been learning about how to use Git branches, although I'm worried about these fucking merge conflicts I'm about to come into because I have done so much refactoring, so much changes to the app. It's going to be pretty fucking intense. But I said yesterday, I'm going to make daily videos. I'm going to keep making daily videos. And so I just had to make a daily video. I know. But I just wanted to wax about how nice refactoring is. Wax definition. Let's make sure I use that correctly. Yes. So, I'm refactoring this app quite a bit. So basically, we used to have an interfaces with a user kind of ID in the URL. But now we're switching over to, basically we have a nice nested structure here. So we have public components, or actually this is kind of a legacy app that I'm maintaining. I have like one user on this. But just so that I don't have to set up like a redirect or something, it's going to be /public/mapper/location ID. And then for shared, this is going to be like stuff that you share from the main app. So this is actually public. So like reports are public, transcripts are public, you know, if you actually want to share the link. And then for the dashboard, basically what we're doing is we have it all grouped because we are allowed to have, that allows us to have a layout for just the dashboard, which is going to be fully authenticated. And I don't actually know if we need to do middleware with this authentication system, because here's how it works. So basically what we're going to do is when someone lands on this layout, okay, it's a server layout, and all we're doing is, this isn't going to have the best performance. We're not using suspense or anything like that. All we're doing is we're grabbing their data from the database, and once we have that, we return the page. But if we don't have a user, basically if they're not authenticated, then what we're going to do is just redirect them back to the login. And so you can see here I'm just hard coding my own user ID, but in the future that's basically just going to be you know, like how you actually that's going to be how you will just grab this from a cookie. So we'll probably have like a Redis key where it's like user ID, and then that'll have mapped to it like some kind of like token that will validate, and then we can refresh that to make sure that they're still valid to be logged in. But then all we're doing is we're grabbing the user data, and we have a type here for our auth context, which is basically the user's ID, their name, information about their company, and then their type and their role. And so this is really nice because I'm plugging into a CRM and I'm just using the types, the user types and roles from that CRM. And of course, I'm kind of defining my own like viewership logic because I don't want to use theirs specifically. But we also have like what accounts they can view and then what users they can view, if any, below them. And then all we're doing here is we have a provider which we're wrapping the dashboard in, so we can use this on the client. And then we have this big long function that gets the user data. So first we grab the user from the database, and then basically we're just grabbing the accounts they can view and the users they can view, and we're returning all of that for the front end to use. And so, yeah, it's just like, honestly, pretty simple, pretty elegant, way better than the way I was doing it before. And this frees up some additional kind of flexibility and probably a lot more kind of, you know, I mean, it's just going to be really nice to actually be able to have like one kind of auth system that I can keep moving forward with and building the dashboard around. And so the plan here is to build out authentication and custom dashboards at the exact same time, because basically the thing is, the problem is right now for the dashboard, I've talked about this in previous videos, but the dashboard is like very kind of predefined, where like you only have the metrics I basically build out, and there's like 60 metrics at this point. I had AI write all of them because, well, all the recent ones, because there was just so many to add. And yeah, I don't really know if they're accurate. I don't think they're accurate. And so with this, when we build out a custom dashboard, we should be able to get really good data, or we should be able to get really high quality data for the dashboard and fully flexible. And so one thing I like about this is that I was doing some research today, and I was trying to figure out, okay, I'm going to run a bunch of ad sets. How do I kind of determine how long to test an ad for? And so I took a statistics class in high school, and one thing you learn about is statistical significance. And so when you're running a test, there's a bunch of factors at play, but basically what you're looking for is you set some kind of p-value, which is like, or so it would be, I think p-value is like 5% or some shit. I mean, look, that was in high school, right? I'm not going to be super accurate, but basically you would say, all right, if we want to be 95% accurate in our result from this test, then given kind of the inputs, what's our actual like required sample size or something? And so in this case, I was looking at like cost per milli. So this is an indicator. I mean, like if we have a really high CPM, that could be good. That could mean a high value audience. It could also just mean a shitty audience. Like it's not very like it's too narrow. And then we have click-through rate, link click-through rate. So maybe that's a good indicator. But if we look at open targeting, we can see open targeting. I think there was one that was fully open. So yeah, here our CPM was $10 per milli, but our click-through was 0.5%. But that still means for $70, I mean, we're going to get we're going to get like way more fucking clicks than this campaign is going to get for $70. And then you could look at cost per link click, and this is kind of, the combination of these, but it's still not the best indicator. So what an LLM helped me come up with is efficiency score, and this has a purpose that I'm getting to. Efficiency score, I basically figured to be a pretty good proxy for overall ad set quality or ad quality or whatever. And basically the way we calculate this is, I click on it. So it's 10,000. This is just because it was a really low number. But then it's unique click-through rate. Actually, that's funny. We have unique CTR and then regular CTR. That's fine. But yeah, CTR basically squared, and then that's divided by CPM. So the units on this are really fucked up. I just made it like a percentage. But basically that tells us, okay, a good efficiency score is 6.5%. This is kind of just a combination between click-through rate and CPM. And so if we look at this ad, we can see a $40 CPM and the highest click-through rate. So, okay, that's pretty good. And then this one also had decent click-through rate, not the best, but the CPM was much lower than the next best click-through rate. So it's just kind of a good proxy for like trying to, like, obviously the metric you would want to optimize for is like, purchases, right? Like how well the ad actually works. But with this approach, I'm only going to need about 5,000 impressions to get statistically significant data. Whereas with, I'm just explaining this for fun, but yeah, whereas with like purchases, because purchases are so much more rare than just link clicks, it would probably take 50,000 impressions or something like that to come up with actually statistically significant data. I can't say that 10 times fast, right? Statistically, I can't even say once. But yeah, anyways, the point is, I want to build a system like this. So if we go customize columns, we go custom, we can create a custom metric, and all you do here is you type CPM. So you add in CPM, then you can go times, and it's just these kind of preset operators, but it allows you to build your own operation for each metric in there. So you can get exactly what you want, and you can create these arbitrary kind of metrics, which other people might look at this and be like, this is fucking retarded, this means nothing. But I look at this and go, okay, like this is helpful to me. And so I think that's really going to be a big move for the product, is building out custom dashboards. Of course, we have a long way to go. basically put all the context together and, you know, everything like that. But there's going to be a shit ton of stuff to do around actually building out dashboards, customizing them, you know, fetching the data, everything like that. But yeah, I don't know. It is fun to, you know, refactor. I was in a lot of technical debt. In fact, I'm still in a lot of technical debt because of that kind of MVP-ish dashboard design. And so now with this, we should get much more accurate data, much, you know, basically less kind of demand on me to build out more metrics and like worry about if they're broken or not. And so overall, I think the system's going to work really well. And yeah, also excited to add authentication and to get, yeah, to get the rest of this shit jumping. So I don't know what that's about. But yeah, anyways, that's the video. I just wanted to vlog about how I'm refactoring. Refactoring is fun. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm still in the phase where I'm trying to dial in the product really good. So it's going to be this dashboard, getting this really dialed in, and then also some of the back end stuff with the automations, getting that dialed in, and then some other stuff. But yeah, dude, I mean, this is probably going to take me a month. This alone will probably be minimum 1 week of like 12-hour days, I would imagine. Probably 2 weeks, you know, if I'm like doing other stuff in between. And then we have all the other shit around this. But yeah, in hopefully 1 to 2 months, I will be ready to blitz scale the piss out of this. Send me money. My Cash App is in the description. You can be an investor. I will give you no equity, but you get the satisfaction of having helped me out, which, I mean, that's really priceless, right? You can't put a price on that. So anyways, send me a minimum of $2 million, please. And then, yeah, I'm going to blitz scale this motherfucker to 100 grand a month. I really hope I am now because I just said it. And editing looms are a pain in the ass, so I can't renege on that. But yeah, I think I can get to 100 grand a month. You know? That would be pretty fucking cool. I would be very happy with that. Anyways, thanks for watching.